You will see such a difference on her skin from today to the next time we video her. Leslie's acne, it's more genetic, so we're managing that for her, and it will quail down as she gets a little bit older, but because of her age, she definitely needs to be on a good home care regimen, which would be an exfoliating cleanser. At our center, we really like to put all our patients on a glycolic wash, and that helps to decap the follicle, remove sebum, sebaceous buildup of the skin, debris. You're okay, sweetie? Okay. And of course, the P. acnes bacteria. For those who are joining me for the first time, acne tends to grow really quickly in a non-oxygenated environment. So if there's capping of debris on that follicle, that acne bacteria grows very quickly, and it loves to feed off of the oils on the pore. So as we decap that follicle, it reduces the amount of oil that stays on that pore, and then allows the skin to shed off and starts to clear up. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and decap again. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stretch and then twist, and there it is. Releases all the content out. And now stretch and twist, and it releases all the content out. Just finished washing it, so we're going to go back and probe that skin. There we go. Leslie, turn you just a little bit this way. Thank you. Okay, so you see the little paction there, and then of course a little capsule at the end. Okay, gonna see if you can zoom in here, but these are little clusters, and so I'm gonna work on that right now. And I'm gonna stretch the skin and go in and break that up. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and so the little capsule at the end. Here it is. I change Q-tips pretty often because if you don't want to let them oversaturate, because definitely you don't want to spread that bacteria. Also, they can slide, and we don't want that either. There it is. So I'm going to go ahead and go back and aid it along so it'll release. There we go. Okay, keep working on this little cluster here. Probe this one. Make sure it comes out. Okay. Leslie, it's going to be a little pressure, okay, sweetie? Okay, the same here, Leslie. Go from underneath. Let's see if it releases. Okay, Leslie, here we go, sweetie. There we go. And so this is more, you could see, it's just bacteria at this point, you know. It hasn't oxidized. And this one's more, here, there is of a blackhead because it's air has hit it. It's more solidified. Same here. I'd like to take the time to thank everyone for watching our videos and liking us and subscribing. Love your comments. Please know that I try my hardest to answer as much as I can your questions. Please look us up on Facebook. We're going to be putting before and after pictures there. So I'd love for you guys to come by and visit us there at Anilsa Skin Essentials Acne Clinic. And again, thank you so much for watching and subscribing. Have a great day. Tuning with Nellie and I. Nellie, how you doing?
Good.
Awesome. So you have a little bit of a buildup, so I'm going to go ahead and do some extractions. And that's going to be normal for her age, you know. So it's fine, especially around the cheek area. So let's go ahead and extract. So what have you been up to?
We recently went to Kalahari Resort. That was so much fun.
Oh, awesome. I need to go there. Take my daughter. So what did you like about it?
The water slides.
Yeah. How was it's indoor, isn't it, too?
Yes.
So the water was great. Let me stretch that skin.
If I am not speaking a lot, it's because my allergies are bothering me a little bit today. I think I hear the lawnmower. We always try to escape that lawnmower. Just Okay, so we're working on this side. We'll be finishing up our other side and be uploading that one too for you guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. Look forward to our next time together. Thank you for your kindness and continued support. Is there anything else you want to say?
Thank you for watching.
We all love you. Thank you guys for watching our videos. I appreciate your support. Love you, but just know that I love you, but God loves you even more. Take care until next time. Bye.
A cleanup. I went ahead and washed her face with 5% wash, which is the facial cleanser glycolic wash. Just remember it's unbuffered, which means that it penetrates very, very quickly, helps to dissolve oils, fats, lipids, cleanses the skin very thoroughly, and then it gets the beginning part of starting your system of extractions, okay? Then, of course, if you happen to have some makeup on, I always love the natural cleansing oil. Use that first. Dissolves all makeup, dissolves anything on the skin, and then you wash it off, okay? So the next thing we're going to do is the BHA solution, but I'm going to do that right after I do all the extractions and wash your skin afterwards, okay? At home, you cleanse first, BHA, and then, of course, the Hydro Moist. And that's going to be really important. A lot of times I get questions, so do I really need a moisturizer? Yes. You do not want to compromise your skin by not moisturizing it. So it's very important that you go ahead and add a good moisturizer. What I love about this one, it does not have a sunblock, so you do need to put one on top of it. Of course, our favorite is the Elta MD. But a really good, and I shouldn't say sunblock, it's actually sunscreen. But it's great to hydrate the skin, bind the moisture to the skin, and it really, what it does is that it binds the water instead of the oils, okay? So anyway, I'm glad to be here with my favorite girl, like always, and we're gonna go ahead and start doing extractions. And I went ahead and also opened everything up with a 27.5 gauge needle. I used the bevel up at an angle, and it helps to open up those areas for you, okay? There we go. Stretch, bevel up, go around that perimeter of that pore. And there it is, okay? There's that one. There's the other one. Again, stretch right on that perimeter of that pore. If you're using a cotton tip applicator in your business, you know, in your clinic or spa, make sure that it's a wood cotton tip, not a cotton tip applicator. I use the Sterl ones. Don't use the regular brand because it's going to bend, you know. So this one's a little stubborn.
And I don't want to put so much pressure creating a PIH, so I'm going to just kind of skip that for now, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and work on these. And even though they're tiny, as you could see, they can be a little bit stubborn. So we're gonna go ahead and open up them with the 27.5 gauge needle. Okay. Today is a beautiful day again in Texas, which we love. At least in Central Texas anyway, it's pretty. I know that, I think just we've been having some crazy weather, tornadoes and so forth and so on. I'm praying for those people that have been affected by it. Okay, stretch. Go. So if you've been watching my videos for a long time, you know that if they don't want to come up, I just skip over it. I really don't like putting that amount of pressure on the skin. Eventually it'll come up. So, you know, you want to make sure that you're conscious about the skin itself, you know, because I know they rather have a blackhead than have a black mark, you know. There we go. So okay, if you see here, these are all just, they're blackheads are at this point that have not come up to the surface. So I'm gonna ask her to really be real conscious and wash this area really well, and avoid like a lot of the oil. If she gets any oil on her skin, to go ahead and wash it off, because that's what causes this to kind of clog. Okay. So let's go ahead and go to their cheek area. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and stretch. When I get to that base of that pore, okay, we're gonna go ahead and stretch. So this becomes like a wall, and then you're gonna scoop with the other Q-tip or cotton tip applicator. Again, leave this standing right at where it needs to be. right at the base of that pore. And then you're going to scoop in with the other, okay? Stretch. Nettie, how you doing, sweetie?
I'm good.
Okay, again, stretch. Right on that base. Put this right there on that base, and then right there, scoop. Okay. So at her age, she's going to be producing a lot of hormones, and so there's a lot of stimulation underneath that skin. So cleaning is going to be an important, vital part of keeping that skin looking good. Home care regimen the same way. That's going to be very vital. I encourage, if you to find a place where they can do your extractions for you. It's really hard to do your own extractions, even for me with the two little Q-tips, because you have to hold it in a certain angle, and then you get this slide, which then it creates friction, and then you can create a post-inflammatory condition. And so you don't want to do that. A lot of places have teen treatments. If you're a teen, if you have a teenager that's having problems with acne. Oops, just dropped something. So Natty, tell me a little bit about this area here that's a little red. Did you have what happened there?
I think I scrubbed too hard.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So just love on it. In other words, don't scrub anymore, with anything. Just and let it heal. So always go back and double check, you know, just to make sure that everything is nice and clean. Stretch. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wash that area again. Just so that we can push that cleanser in there to help open up that area. Okay. I am going to use a 20, so she's going to feel this a little bit more. I have like a little bit. This is her back bar, or if somebody has been, you know, that has had glycolics for a long time and can tolerate them. But back bar means that we use it here for our patients, and they're only going to come in once every 2 weeks. So it's not like they're using it every day. If you use it every single day, it's too much. Unless you're really like I said, unless you're really acclimated. You can purchase it through us if you're an esthetician. And right now, I think we have it on sale. We're doing just a promotion. I think you get it at 50% off. I really want that esthetician to have the opportunity to try it. I think once they try it, they'll love it. It's a game changer for their clients and for them as the esthetician, because it makes a difference when you're doing extractions or cleaning the skin for any other type of procedure, that you really want to get that skin nice and squeaky clean. Long time ago, I've been doing this for a while, but back in the 90s, they would use acetone, and I just like glycolic because it cleanses the skin so well and so thorough, and the benefits of it, you know, exfoliation, brightening, antibacterial, just, which acetone has none of that. And you can see how quickly it starts to work. I love this cleanser. Just really works so nicely. Again, scratch. Okay, I'm going to work a little bit on the chin area. Okay, stretch. And you'll see that her skin looks dry, and so that's because of the glycolic. Remember, it's a peeling solution, so 20%, and it's unbuffered, so it goes straight in and it starts to work. So it's okay, because we're going to go back and rehydrate that skin. Right now we're using the benefits of exfoliation. I'm going to stretch here. Of course, the chin area right there is a little bit more uncomfortable because a lot of nerve endings. So, Nitty, I love you, okay? Deeply. I don't want to hurt you. Just want to make sure that you get your skin nice and clean. Okay, I'm going to work here on the side. You probably see that I kind of skip around a lot. And the reason why I do that is because your brain starts to send messages that you're basically doing something that they're not used to. So I try to move around to keep the pain level controlled, you know? And so it just seems to work. Okay, I'm going to stretch through here. When washing your skin at home, make sure you get this really good behind the ears, inside the ears. because it can accumulate oil, and she's doing a really good job. So okay, I think this is all that I'm going to work on this side. Let me just check here. Looks pretty good. Do want to work on her nose area. She does have a buildup. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Look here. Have you had any major breakout on your nose?
Not that I realized.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm going to try to open up just a little bit here. Here you have a lot of little nerve endings, so you don't want to go in there and go too much probing, because you'll get those little vascular veins in there and you'll get a lot of bleeding, and we don't want that. Okay, so she's got some deep pimples down here, and I'm sorry, I just went blank, but
I'm gonna, after we get done recording, ask her a couple of questions concerning how her skin is, so that I may have to do like a topical for her to get these to come down, because they've been there for a little bit, and I want to make sure we get them resolved. I'm gonna go through the corners of her lips right through here, and make sure we clean that out really nice for her. Do you do lip gloss a lot, or
Rarely.
rarely? What about anything else for your lips?
Like lip moisturizer? Yes.
Yeah. And that's causing a little bit of clogging through there, so. Remember that I really rarely mess much with this area, just very little, because they're little microcomedones and nobody's that close to your face, so we just leave them. Just make sure she washes her skin really good, and that'll help resolve that, and it's done really well. But at her age, she's gonna get them. Really, even older, aged men and women, we get them. I get them. So they're kind of here to stay, but just cleanse good and help break up that buildup of oils. This, and so we have with us Nettie. Hi, Nettie. How are you?
I'm good.
Awesome. It's so great to see you. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do some extractions. I hadn't seen you in a little bit.
Yes.
So now we're going to go ahead and just go over where it kind of build up a little bit for you. And so here we go. So Nettie, tell us what you've been up to.
I've been focusing on my learning because I'm 16 and I want to graduate when I'm turned 18.
Well, happy birthday, belated birthday. When was your birthday?
March 11th.
Yay! Oh, that's so awesome. Wonderful. So did you have a good birthday?
Yes, it was wonderful.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Well, before you know it, you'll be graduating. Just the way it is. I feel like all of my babies started with me are all grown and off to college and finishing up their careers. So before we know it, you'll be the same. So she does have some clogged pores, and we're going to go ahead and work on that. So you can see. Okay, right at the base.
we can go ahead and get that right out. There we go. I went ahead and cleansed her skin with 5% cleanser and 20, and then I used the oil to kind of help re-soften some of those areas for her, and I dermaplaned her. Again, right at that base. I'm gonna go back and double check that. A little bit left in there, and I will make sure we get it out. And I'll go back with a little probe and open that up for her too. Okay? So you probably could hear it in my voice. Do have allergies that time of year. Everything is booming in Texas. Please, I know you guys probably been watching the news with Mississippi, and pray for them there. Thank you guys for ones that sent me messages when they first announced that it was probably gonna hit Texas. We didn't have any problems here, but still, you know, all the people in Mississippi that were affected. My heart goes out to them. Prayers. It's tough. Okay, stretch. Stretch. How are you doing? Okay?
I'm good.
Super. So it's Monday, not Friday here. It's a beautiful day, which means that the lawn people are not here. Usually they come on Fridays. Do this one right there. I'm going to go ahead and open these up. Of course, bevel up, 35-degree angle. Stretch. So stretch, base, Again, stretch. Base of that pore. Really want to get in that base, okay? Right underneath there. Okay, I'm going to start on this area through here and I'll get those blackheads out. Okay, she's got a little milia here, and so we're gonna go ahead and remove it. You're gonna go on the outer perimeter of that milia. And there it goes, okay? I'm going to work on this area through here and stretch. Again, we're going to stretch. Go ahead and do a little bit of nose through here. Got a little bit of texture, and I'm going to go ahead and get that off. And smooth out. Stretch again. When doing extractions, you really want to stretch that skin because they really are hidden underneath there. And they will grow and then move up to the surface and turn into, you know, a big blackhead, and definitely you don't want that. Okay, so now we got that pretty good, so I'm going to start here and then work myself up here. So I'll start here. Stretch. Also, use your fingers to really feel underneath that skin, and you're able to tell what's going on. What I'm going to do is I am going to take a little 2-minute break, and I'm going to wash your face, and then we'll start back up again. So see you in a minute.